You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports. Well, we've got a very interesting take or story involving former Ohio State quarterback, Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback, now deceased quarterback, DWAYNE Haskins. Now, DWAYNE Haskins lost his life down in Florida, got hit by a vehicle, was under the influence of something, and now his widow is coming out and alleging that the quarterback was drugged, that this was a plot, a robbery plot, and DWAYNE Haskins was drugged, I guess, before his death. Now, there was some 911 calls involved in that. We heard a lady said a guy's walking in the road. Oh, my God, he got hit. I believe he got hit, and I'm not quite sure, but I think it was a dump truck. I believe. Whatever it was awful. DWAYNE Haskins, the year prior, was starting to flash a little bit in preseason and in training camp. He was down there working with Mitch Trubisky, okay? He called a bunch of offensive players down to Florida, I believe it was, and DWAYNE was down there training and lost his life. Very tragic for a guy that was a high draft pick, but, I mean, he went to the Commanders, so sometimes you don't know, is it the quarterback, is it the team, is it a combination of the both? But it looked like he was kind of starting to flash. Mike Tomlin was a good influence on the guy. Let's get to this. This is pretty crazy. TMZ Sports. DWAYNE Haskins' widow alleges quarterback was drugged before death in robbery plot. I told you guys this was odd. The widow of DWAYNE Haskins is claiming the ex-NFL star was drugged in the hours before his death, alleging the former Steelers and Commanders quarterback was a target of a blackmail and robbery plot. Why are we just now hearing about this? I find that strange. Kalabrya Haskins, I don't know if I said your name right, so I apologize if I didn't, spelled out the allegations in a new lawsuit obtained by TMZ Sports that was filed in Florida fewer than 3 weeks before the one-year anniversary of the former football player's tragic death. In the documents, Haskins' widow claims that on April 8th, in early morning hours of April 9th, 2022, DWAYNE visited 4 establishments in the Miami area and was drugged by a group of people planning to blackmail and rob him. Interesting. That's crazy. Kalabrya says Joey Smith, Mareem Yassani, Wissal Yassani, and Carly Payton drugged the 26-year-old at some point while he spent time at the Wyndham Hotel, a drive shack, and a restaurant called the Blue Anchor Pub and 11 nightclub. According to a statement released by Kalabrya's attorney, Rick Easley, on Monday morning, Easley alleges that DWAYNE's, quote, highly expensive watch was stolen from him shortly before his death, although he doesn't specify who he thinks took it. Kalabrya is suing the 4 for battery, while also going after the 4 establishments for negligence, claiming that they allowed patrons to use drugs and to drug other patrons, including DWAYNE. As reported, DWAYNE died April 9, 2022, after authorities say he was struck by a dump truck, okay, there we go, on a Florida highway. According to Broward County Medical Examiner's Office investigation report, DWAYNE had been on foot on the roadway after his rental car had run out of gas. Authorities said in the document that the QB was, quote, had drank heavily and ingested ketamine. or ketamine in the hours leading up to his passing. They said that he had a blood alcohol level of 0.24 at the time of the accident. Kalabrya is also going after several other people in a suit. Among them, the dump truck driver who hit DWAYNE, the rental car company that DWAYNE obtained his vehicle from, and the Florida Department of Transportation, alleging that they all share some blame for the quarterback's untimely death. It's my understanding that he stepped out in front of that dump truck, but look, I could be wrong about that. If I remember correctly, I could have swore the lady in the 911 call said he's walking along the road. Oh my God! I could have swore she was like, he stepped out in front of a truck or something like that. DWAYNE was just 24 years old. And look, maybe he didn't. I just know he got hit by the truck. So, wow, that's really wild. I got to admit, I don't know what to think in this. It sounds to me like, for lack of a better way of putting it, she's suing everybody possible. I mean, how many different lawsuits is that? That's Department of Transportation, dump truck, rental car. Why are you suing the rental car place? That's weird. You're suing 4 patrons that you alleged try to drug him. You're suing. Are you suing the hotel? Suing a bar, I guess. Wow, that's crazy. I mean, it's like, this almost feels like a shotgun lawsuit, and you might be like, well, what does that mean? Well, shotgun, BB spread everywhere. It's, they're spreading out, and you're hoping to hit something. I mean, I don't know. That sounds pretty wild to me that he was drugged prior to his death. I mean, look, they proved that he was heavily inebriated in the entire situation. But I think, far as I know that they said he had the ketamine in his system. But this is the first time we've heard anything related to the idea that he might have been given something. Like, I guess you're sitting at the bar or sitting at a table, somebody walks by. In the same way they used to, what do they call it? A roofie or the date assault drug, the whatever that's called, while you're at a bar. So I'm guessing that's the kind of thing she's claiming here that happened to DWAYNE Haskins. I don't know. In case you guys don't remember, DWAYNE Haskins was, look, he was one hell of a college quarterback. I mean, he absolutely was. I mean, he's an Ohio State legendary quarterback. But I don't think he got drafted. Number one, I think he got drafted too high. Got drafted onto a bad team. Seemed like he was starting to straighten things out, but I don't know. Sometimes with these kind of things, you don't know what to believe necessarily. Wow. Tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. DWAYNE Haskins. This became a big story that sort of stretched out over a month or two. And because nobody knew exactly what had happened. And then those 911 calls came out, and it was pretty crazy. If you get a chance, go back, and I believe we got those in videos on this channel. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.